Yes. I think we're on. Wait, I should double check. Oop. Window. Yes. Maybe. Giving it a few seconds before I continue my drawing. Or painting, I guess. Drawing? Painting? I guess it's not with paint, so it's drawing. Okay, it seems to be live. Very good. Sorry, I had a warm tea, a bit cold. And okay, welcome. Today I'm yet again going to draw something, and it's actually something that I have been thinking about for quite a while, but I never took the time to make. Is that currently in the game, I mean, keepers can drop off nectar and stuff on by their house and by the council's cottage, but technically they can do it on any item with a deposit tag. Is it deposit? I think that's what I call it. So I wanted to make like a storage thing for quite a while. So you know where the keeper comes, bloop, collect a thing, and then I can drop it off closer to, for instance, if you have lots of flowers that spawn nectar or drop nectar, you could have a little storage thing next by, and the keeper could drop it off there instead of running, you know, a long way back home. I don't think it would be... I mean, it's not like core of the gameplay, but I think it would be like a fun way if you want to optimize your garden or, you know, get some visual variety and not make your keepers run around as much, you know? Their little legs need a break. So that's the idea. I've been thinking about what to make. You know, like what does a storage look like in the world of Horticular? Visually, I mean. And, you know, in my head, I keep thinking of, you know, like a box or something. But that would feel a bit strange. So right now, I'm sort of leaning towards like a little, like a hut or like a little house, but, you know, like a shed. Basically like a little shed, a keeper shed. So maybe slightly smaller than the current keeper's cottage, but, you know, visually maybe like either an open door where you can see things inside, or like a closed door, or like a little window where you can see something inside, or, you know, maybe 3 different varieties, each looking a bit different. So that's my current thinking. But I haven't decided completely on this, so today it's going to be a bit exploratory. I'm going to try some stuff out, see if I like it. Probably I do. In the end, usually it turns out okay. But we'll see. We'll see. Anything else? No, I think I should just get started. Because as I said, this has been in the making or in the back of my mind for a long time. So for me, it would be really nice to get it done. I mean, it would happen at some point, but, you know, getting a small win today, getting this one done would feel really good. So I'm just going to start with the usual. Oh, spoilers. Usual start. Add something. I actually wanted to try and see if I can touch up the grass and the other surfaces a bit. I'm not sure. The current design of their surfaces is that they are a bit simpler visually, so that creatures and items stand out more on top. So I'm not sure I can do more with it, but I would like to try and see if there's anything I could do that would look even nicer. But first we need the, I don't know what to call it, sort of like a scaffold, maybe. I know there's frame. Frame is better. I don't know. Just so we know how big the thing should be. And then I'm not sure what the theme is. I mean, we already have... So the keeper's houses now, or the one that you know from the demo at least, are in stone. Mm, I mean, we could open one up just to see. Because we have the consul's cottage too. Let's see. So these two, you know. I mean, I think I would expand this with maybe one more variation or so. But then I also have the plan to make a better version. I think that will happen. Not confirmed, but I think that will happen. Like a version that's either a bit taller or... so many ideas popping in my head now. That isn't even related to the stream, but I'm going to work on that. And though the new ones might have different like materials, so theme-wise. So maybe one could be a wood, completely wooden, or you know, something like the council cottage. You know, it has a bit of everything. So I was thinking maybe the storage is more like this top part of the cottage, because my thinking is that you will unlock it sort of early. So you might as well want some variety, because early on in the game you only have the stone huts or stone cottages. So that's probably where I'm going with this. Sort of like, you know, let's copy it in and just see. Sort of like just take this top, plonk it down, add a little barn door, and then we have a storage. Yeah, so that's one idea. And as I said, I also thought of, you know, okay, could it be, because you know, if you know other more like strategy oriented games like Anno or whatever, they usually have things like stockpiles, or even stuff like Caesar 3 or whatever back in the day used to have like the stockpile things. Stronghold Crusader, yeah, all of these games have stockpiles where the little minions stock stuff. So that was sort of what I was thinking first, but since this game doesn't have it doesn't, you don't really store the resources technically on a thing, because they are basically in your bank. That wouldn't make much visual sense, because you could be broke, and then I cannot show, you know, like a fully stocked out stockpile. That would look strange or feel strange, I think. So I think I want it closed in rather. And now I have just convinced myself that this is the way to go. So let's start. Actually, I think I will actually start with this. Maybe even, you know, use this as a starting point. Just remove the window. Yeah, let's try this. Because it's not completely symmetrical, and I kind of like that. So maybe start with that and just flesh it out. Should we close these? Probably. But I'm not going to. Okay, we have a save file, so I can save. And we're good to go. Let's see where this takes us. Sorry, another sip of black tea. I usually don't drink tea too much, but when I want to be a bit cozier, I usually go for the tea variety. Otherwise, I'm heavily into the coffee. Whoop. I actually got this tea from my sister probably a few Christmases ago. She made it herself, so it's sort of like a homebrew blend. There's a bit of everything in it. I think it's called, the name is Winter Evening. I don't remember. I can look on the jar. Winter's Evening, and it does taste and smell like what to me is winter. A bit Christmassy. All right. I mean, we're basically done. That's the stream. Good. Let's see. Let's remove the... I keep thinking, do I want like a slow... Actually, let's just be safe. Usually the hardest thing is the, getting the perspective correct. So I try to cheat a bit and just keep the old one for a while. That way I don't need to work as much on it. Oh, that could work. Just remove the little window. Boop, 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 boop. And we have a little pyramid shape top. Could work. Anyhow, I don't want the railing either. So let's remove that. Yeah, the perspective is a bit off. Huh. What I did wrong. Anyhow, it doesn't matter too much. I will fix that. Likely just the... What is this gray stuff? Oh, right, this is the top of a building. So this was the stone in the bottom before. Got it. Got it. Let's remove those things. Just to get a clean slate. And... we almost have a little new cottage. Yeah, I can see where it's going wrong. It's a weird edge here. That would be more like so. Maybe this was a really bad idea to start with this. I also don't want any... I mean, I can end windows later. Let's see. First, remove things we don't want. Actually, the frame should have some purple. So we see... Hey. So we clearly see where the stuff is. Yep. So we have... What? Yeah. Yes. Okay. One step closer. Still a lot of work to do. And let's remove these final bits. Because I'm cheating and I don't want these. Next step. Probably want to try to just get the shape good. And then we can worry about the visuals. Like the flag. I don't want the flag. I mean, maybe one of the variations could have a flag, but I don't want to start with the flag. And I don't want to start with this pyramid either. I don't even like how it looks. Okay. There we go. And now we clearly see that the perspective is off. But that's good. We can fix this. Already better. That. And since it's not symmetrical, I'm not too worried about... I mean, I will polish it, but I'm not too worried about the lines. Sort of following the perspective completely, but in some places they need to, like in the bottom, and I guess the relation between the bottom and the top needs to stay sort of the same. Otherwise it looks like it's slanted or something strange. I mean, we can see how high is this? 27, and judging by this one, it's 25. So here's already way shorter. And judging by this line, it would be 23. So I need to decide which one. And I think I will make it a bit shorter instead. Okay, much better. Still a bit off. I mean, there's lots of weird lines that don't really translate from the original picture. Let's deal with those first. I don't want these. And it looks like a bump here. here we go. And then, I mean, it depends a bit on what I'm thinking about it, or what the end goal is. Because I don't really have a good... Maybe it's more like a tree trunk kind of situation. Because the top could then have like little rings or something. That could be cute. And maybe some branches sticking out. Sort of like a hidey hole where the gnomes put stuff. Yeah, I think I like that. We can try that out. But that, okay, that would mean it should be more circular, and I hate making circular stuff. That's my least favorite shape to pixel art, at least. But we can try something like that. I know this shape is a bit too strange. What am I doing? Look a bit more flatter. Not too flat. Been a while since I made something like this. Let's do a measurement again before we continue. 25 now between those, and 23. Yes. So actually, let's remove the... Don't remember what they are called in any language right now. Where the plants are. And focus on the shape for now. Oops, I don't like this. Okay. Closing in. Obviously not done, but now we have, I mean, for me, I can see now it's much better. It's 24, it's not perfect because it's 25. And technically it should be a bit lower on the other side because that's further away from the camera, so to speak. So I guess let's play it safe. And now, I mean, perspective is good now. On the front. And then it's the question, do I want it to be sort of round, like more organically round or shape, or would this now be like more woody? We can have a look at, because we have the, what's that called now again? Is it stump? Yes, this is a small one. No, I want the big one. They look kind of the same. But something like this could also be like the end goal. Sort of like add a little opening to a stump and call it a storage. Because then it would be more organic than a little house. We could have little branches and things, and you know, like the doors, a window. And you could put something on top. Could be like stackable even. Like that's one of the ideas I would really... Not would really like to explore, it doesn't really fit the theme. But it would be cool to have like a stackable housing. Sort of like you put one house block and then on another and make a little keeper skyscraper. But then again, how do they get up and down? Yeah, maybe you need a skyscraper foundation with a door. Then you can stack smaller ones on top. And then on the top you add a little piece, like a fountain or a flower or something. Or maybe I make one of both. Like... This feels a bit too structured for me right now. But on the other hand, I could see also adding a lot of plants around it, you know, like vines and stuff. just to add some green, and then it would look organic and like a built structure, a gnome-made structure. Let's try that first, and then if that doesn't look good, we go with stump. Okay, but if it's then okay, then we have decided. Whoop. I need to start looking into the actual geometry here. So we have this kind of shape. So this is the isometric straight line kind of. Sorry. Need to figure out where this starts first. So from here or here. Probably correct. Not sure about this one. This would be correct. Technically, probably. It looks good. That's another question. Uh-oh. I did a boo-boo. But that's fine. Okay, so let's... I'm just now starting with the square shape. Oops. I will not keep it like this. I mean, that would be decent. Then if we just remove a bit of the bit here. Yeah. Then we have something I kind of like. Not completely convinced. I have this urge to drop this. Yeah, much better. But now I see that I can totally see the shaping off. But now the shape is off here. It was off already. I see. Actually, let's revert. Much better. And let's keep it like this for now. Quite easy to just fiddle around with the final bits later. Now I just want to prove to myself even that I like this idea. I'm not convinced. But this would be sort of the start or the shape. Let's see, what else? Well, the question is then, are there boards? There probably are boards, right? So then we need boards. They need to follow the shape. Like that. Horrible, but sure, yeah. These are a bit strange. Let's keep that for now. I feel like they would go down more. Oh, but they don't in the top. So for now, let's keep it like this. Yeah, that's a problem. If the bottom shape doesn't follow that, it's going to be quite visible. Okay, revert. And it would be the same here, I think. Not too bad. Keep this for now. I should have counted the pixels. These lines don't add up. Should we make them... Let's make them bigger. 1 pixel here. 1 pixel there. And now this one is too small. One trick could be that they are more closer in the bottom than in the top. Perspective-wise, that would make sense. I say. And we're good to go. Sort of. Should I remove windows for now, maybe? Also, let's remove that for now. Yeah, I think with some vines and little clutter around the stuff, the storage, I think this could be good. I just don't like any of the old bits because they don't really fit the thing, and also they're a bit hard to get rid of quickly. It's actually a really old piece this is based on. I don't think I'm updating it because I kind of like it as it is, but not that new. Sometimes I really want to or need to go over the old assets, like the medals from last stream. But I think this one should be fine. Let's see, should it be? Yes, this color makes sense. Something like this. Now we have a little wooden thing. Yeah, that's good. Should do the same here then, though. Something like this. That was a bit too much, actually. Don't go overboard with it. Then, what I was thinking here. Perfect. Ish. Okay, so now it's some kind of odd thing. It's not too bad. I wonder if I want one shade darker. Okay, that was the same brightness. Something like that. Sure, but I know I want to round off this edge piece. I mean, I think it's sort of fine, but yeah, maybe with the when the shadow comes later, I won't notice it as much. But I think it's a bit too dark. Try, yeah, that's better. I don't want it to look like a black, pixelated outline around the thing. That would be my. That's what I definitely don't want. Okay. I don't know why it's so dark up here. There was probably some kind of reason for that before. We don't want that now. Also, we don't want this bright highlight, but we can keep that for now. Do wonder if I should like move this around a bit. Do we have like a let's just see. Compare surfaces a bit. Do these two look the same? Not really. I mean, what? Maybe the stump is the wrong one. Anyhow, that's adjustable later. In my head, I sort of envisioned, again, like barn doors or something. Also, this looks maybe like it's a bit too small. Maybe it should be less tall, more wide. We could, because let's see, there were some pixels off earlier, so we could just make use of that fact to pull this down. Then maybe pull this layer down. Maybe. I think we will add some doors and stuff first. But oh, I want them to be blue. Blue or red? Let's go with blue. That will be a challenge. Oh, what's this? Hey, be gone. I'm not completely feeling it yet. We could do a... Do I have another? No. One. Try something like this. Just have it be a bit irregular. So I'm not sure what the top should be. Also with this purple, it's really hard to see right now. This for now. I think I want another. Move on. We can come back to this in a bit. That would sort of be the... These would be the edges. They're a bit bright, honestly. What if this is the bright one? Oops. Okay, now I'm focusing too much on the details. But it's a bit cuter, I think. Okay, so then if there's sort of like a top thing, then in my head, we need a... And we would need sort of like a counterpart to that on the side. That would mean coloring. Let's keep it irregular because it's what I like with the game. What's happening here? I don't know. Let's start with this is now the top. This will change. I'm quite sure of that. But for now, this is what we have. Question to myself. Yes, I want it darker. Thank you very much. Maybe even extra dark. Shouldn't do this, but I want to try. Nah, it's too dark. Way too in your face. Let's keep that for now. Right now it's sort of like a little box, and this needs to change. By quite a bit, mind you. Well, if I don't like it, I can always remove it and make a new one later. This doesn't have to be the final piece. Let's see, this would be the wrong spot, I think. How big are the doors? I should probably check that out first. Hello, door. Hello, door. Yeah. Let's see, can we make that a bit less opaque? Actually, let's just remove the stone. Make it easier for us. And what I see now is I can just leave it like this and we're done. Oh no, did I accidentally make the next keeper's house? No, they don't live in this shoebox. But it's much cuter now. I don't know, what signifies storage? What does a good storage look like? I mean, like a shed in real life is just a shed. And in this world, this could sort of be a shed. I mean, maybe like a small window then. And as I said, some flowers and stuff on the outside. Oh, no, okay, I have another idea. Okay, but maybe we could have different variations as well. We can have different variations, so I don't need to have only one type. But, you know, sort of like the Shire from Lord of the Rings, kind of grassy. How would that work on a stone? Maybe you can only put them on like grass. No, that would be annoying. But that would be kind of neat to have like a mound, and the storage is in the mound. We actually have one of those back home. I have no idea what to translate it to. It's I mean, in Swedish it would be potato cellar. And it was basically like you know, it was like a little mound, and there's a door, and it's sort of half. You enter it half up top or by the ground, so it's sort of like a staircase down, and then you're sort of like in the earth, in the I don't know what to call it, in the basement. So this was like an outside kind of thing, and that's where you kept potatoes, I guess. I don't know. So it could be something like that. Sort of like the gnomes would enter from the top into the earth to collect little trinkets and stuff, instead of having like a shed or something up top, or maybe both. I don't know. That sort of, I like that better, but might be hard because if it's grass and you put it on stone, it would look strange. Hello, Benedict. Welcome back. Nice to see you again. And did you do any modding lately? I haven't. Well, I have basically done modding. Right now I'm doing the campaign of the game or the story. So, you know, quests, and I have a little cinematic I made. There aren't any of those in the demo, so that's quite new and exciting to me. Yeah. But now we're doing a shed, basically. But I also said I wanted doors. Okay, what about this? There's a door ajar. So there's one blue thing like this. And it's also way bigger than the, the opening. You've been grinding a game. Which game have you been grinding? Anything new? I actually started playing for the first time Subnautica the other day. Really good. Been trying it with VR and pretty cozy when you make a little base. I leave it at that. Oh wow, what was I thinking? Terraria. Ah, okay, yeah. I haven't played that in ages. I assume there's been lots of updates lately. I haven't really kept up, but it seems like it's still trending. I mean, I don't hate this idea. Still not convinced I'm doing the right thing. Also, what was I thinking now? Okay, concept. Think concept, not details. Again, maybe with some greens and plants, it will actually look good in the end. We will see. We will see. Also a bit too much brightness and stuff over here, but yeah, let's deal with that later. Let's try doors still. I want to try doors. What would 2 doors look like, for instance? The creators always say last update, but it's the 10th time. Yeah, that's sort of my feeling. Even though I don't, as I said, really keep up, I definitely see updates and stuff now and then. But it's nice, I think. Nice of them. They actually use the same underlying... I don't know if they've changed now or done any changes, but when they released, I think it was made in XNA. So that was an old Microsoft tech. I did a couple of really small, kind of crappy games. That was way back in 2000 and must have been 10. I released a couple of games made in XNA on the Xbox 360. And it's basically, right now, what I'm using now, the underlying framework, is like the open source continuation of that. So I don't know if they're still using, like it's called MonoGame, but I don't know if Terraria is still using that or if they moved on to something different or whatever, but it's pretty neat. Oh, the demo crash doesn't go away. Is it after you're modding, or is it is it something I need to look into? I haven't done any updates lately, so I don't think I did a boo-boo, but you know, it could be me as well. I'm not saying it's necessarily you. Oh, okay, right. Different layers. Okay, so far these doors are kind of neat. A bit strange, the lighting that I added to it, but actually, can we remove this for now? I know this is wrong. It's basically just copied from the previous asset, so it's going to look very strange. Oof. Oof. I think it's modding because the game is like 1%. Oh, okay. Crash in the last second. Need to think. Yeah, I think. I mean, I don't know exactly what it is from that, and I know I have some. In my latest code, it's a bit more clear what happened. But when that happens, it's definitely when one of the assets cannot load for some reason. It's going to crash there. Do you get like a crash pop-up? As I said, I think the crash log is worse in the demo or not as good there, so it might not say anything. But it could be that the crash pop-up, when that happens, you can press the manual button and it will give you like the crash. Or maybe you don't have the manual button yet. Sorry, I'm a bit confused what is live and what is my build, my latest build. But there could be some kind of hint in that message, but I'm not sure if that's in yet. It's modding as it works in the demo, but it's not officially supported. If you if you know what I mean. So I like this, but I know that there's light coming from inside, and that means it shouldn't be so dark here. Meh. It could be dark here because there's some shading from the edge of the house. And then the brightness comes from the sun. Contrast. Something is a bit off with these doors, but for now, let's keep them. Maybe it's some kind of locking mechanism instead. I don't know why I do this now. I need to prove the concept first before I do little details. But I just find this too much fun. This is good. Something like that. Do we want a brighter blue on that bit? No, we don't. Maybe on this bit. The two doors shouldn't be the same color because the one that is further away gets light from the shed while the closer one doesn't. Because, yeah, I know and I agree. My thinking, or my next thinking is, there could be some light from the inside. So then I would actually need to. I would probably do something like this. Let's show you some kind of fake. Fake thing, and I call it fake because it basically expands the palette. But okay, this looks horrible, but don't mind the horribleness. But I will probably need to do something like that to get the brightness up because it comes from the inside, or I keep it dark inside. And then definitely darker door as well. But I agree regardless. I should start with the darker and then I can add a lighting afterwards. That's a good fair point. Easiest is to start with the darkest. And then... Wait, that. Like that. Whoops. Yep, much better. And there should probably be a bit more light out here. Some ambient bounciness. Always are. Made the game crash. I have a modded. Yeah. Oh wow, you might be right. Yeah. That's a really good theory, and I think that might be it. That's one of the things I did when I did the modding functionality. Again, not in the demo. It's basically, even if the save crashes, nothing crashes, and in the main menu you get like a text saying this save is corrupt, and that shouldn't even happen, because if you remove a mod in the full game, the game just says, okay, you have removed a mod, these item, not all of the items or whatever will exist. We can try to fix it for you. Do you want to continue? You press yes, and then the game removes everything. It can break stuff if you have like items on top of each other and things like that. But in general, it just works. It just removes the stuff. So it's way more lenient. You can still mess stuff up with mods, but like, yeah, the demo thing of it doesn't even start the game, that's not happening. And that I'm really happy about, because that's a horrible fate. And it's really hard to know what's happening as well. Yeah, I'm not completely convinced, but mostly about the shape of the top. Like, I think it was just a bit too much stuff. Like it's a bit rounder, maybe a bit smaller. Whoops, I messed that up, maybe. I don't know. Oh, it's so cute. Let's merge. I like merging stuff. Having many layers is annoying. Okay, now I need a very much darker here, I think. Still not convinced about the whole thing, but the barn doors, that's my favorite bit. If I keep anything, it will be the doors. And oh no, do I want doors and everything else now? No. But maybe I make a variation. Like, some of them don't have doors, some have doors. I will see. It's just so cute with the blue things. Good. Maybe, yep. And then we would maybe see the odd thingy. I don't know what to call it. Like mechanism. That's also nice. I like this better. Question is if... Let's move on for now. Let's move on. Not sure how to indicate well that this is storage, because I wanted to visually just feel like, okay, that makes sense. This is where they put stuff. I mean, there could be like little boxes and stuff surrounding it as well. Like a box, a vine, a window. I imagine it in my head like a bit overgrown still. Let's try with that. Do I do a box first? Nah, maybe overgrown first and then a box on top of it. That might share the same color space as the house. Also, do I want to alter the shape a bit? Maybe. I might want to. Maybe. Well, let's deal with that later. Concept first. And let's add some shadow. I usually do it last because when I do something, you know, when I know what I'm doing, I don't feel like I need to add a shadow until I know the full shape and everything. But for this one, I'm a bit unsure where I'm going. So I feel like it would be nice to just have a better reference. It usually sort of makes the item more grounded. This wouldn't be so. Something like that. Probably underneath the doors as well. I think that's something I am reacting to already. I would love a jump scare Easter egg where if the player does something mean in the main menu, you could add a little animal and you can pick them up, and if the player drops them 10 times, they get jump scared by a gnome. Like the gnome meme, maybe. You've been gnomed. I did think of, I don't know who mentioned it, but someone mentioned it, I think it was in Discord, like the idea of having, like if you name because you choose the name in the beginning, and if you choose a special name, something happens. That's sort of my thing, that I think that would be really cool. What if you name yourself Nemesis? Something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I do enjoy Easter egg ideas. Okay, that was a shadow. Actually, I don't like it too much. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go with that for now. Ooh. Whole new game mode, yeah. That's the really annoying thing when you make a game and you really need to focus on the thing and complete it and get it out. And meanwhile your brain is like, oh, but this idea would be so cool, and this game mode would be really cool. What if you could control your gnomes, and you had a health bar and you can learn skills, and that would be neat. I would love to try to make that. Or the council will kick you having to restart. I mean, that would be kind of fun, actually. Because in the beginning you can choose yes and no. So what if you choose the name Nemesis? Then you can only choose no. Like, we don't want to. Sorry. I think I want to try to add some green. My inspiration today is really slow. Not sure if it's me or the day, or if I used it on something else. Vines. I don't even know what they look like on top. Maybe something like bloop, bloop, bloop. That's good for now. We will add some shading in a bit. And within a bit, I mean probably in a second. Definitely lots of brightness. These are really dark. It's basically like the foundation of the green. But I know the vines are going, I mean, they are really small, so it's quite hard to get a proper, I mean, you cannot, with the pixels, you cannot really follow what you think it should look like. And you need to more create something where the average color looks good enough. That makes sense. These should, of course, be brighter because they are than the left ones. A good start. And then to add to that, we could use shadow onto the building instead to create some I don't know, some physicalness to it. Way to go. It's a bit too dark on this side. We'll see. We'll see. Type in the name Robert effects. The first message you get is "We remember your name and you remind me." Oh. Yeah. I might have thought, I didn't have that idea, but I thought maybe, you know, if you would have Robert as a name, but then also it would feel a bit too self-indulgent, and there are many people named Robert, and it would feel like maybe less of an Easter egg, more like if you're lucky to have the correct name, you get a neat little bonus message. Okay, Benedict, let me know, does this look like a storage? I'm not saying it's done, or that I'm happy with it in general. Thematic-wise, is it going into the right direction, where you could see, here is where keepers or gnomes would put little things. You know, is this a shed, or am I just completely, I don't know, fumbling around? I mean, with the green, I mean, it's not done. I need some more shading. But with the green, I definitely see the... It's better, or more, I don't know, aesthetically pleasing, but one thing I need is a lantern, and I think it's 100% done. Oh, wow. 100%! I take that as a yes. But that's good. I will need to polish a bit. I don't like the top super much. But a lantern is a good idea, actually. I think that's a really good... For me, that's really like the visual of having like a shed or a barn. You know, I think a barn, shed, winter, snow, lantern, and little gnomes. So I like the idea of a lantern. Maybe like a lantern and on top of a box or something. I think it would be nice to have like a box to give more of an, you know, storage visual cue about storage without writing it on a sign saying storage. That could be nice, and I think the top should be a bit different. Not sure about what, but it could be nice if it's flat, because then you could put you could put a little light on it or something. But okay, that's good at least. Some good feedback. Going in the right direction. Okay, let's try adding a box and a lantern for now. Yeah. I was thinking maybe there's like a window behind the, because that's one, like a picture I have from my parents' house. They have like this window where in the basement, but it's sort of overgrown. So on the outside there's, I don't remember, I think it's some kind of, I don't remember if it's not really like a vine. I think it's more like a, I don't know, it's like a bush or something. Regardless, when you see it from the inside, it looks very green, kind of, I don't know what to call it. So it would be nice to, what is this layer? I want to try and see what it would look like with a window behind the... Uh-oh, no, we're good. Behind the vines. 2 questions. Why does the game have 2 types of sand, but only one has desert trait? And the second question, is the full game going to be free or will be play to play? First question, 2 types of sand. The first one is probably desert soil, and the other one is sand. So one would be sand, which is just, you know, worn down rock. Doesn't technically support life, or I mean it supports life, but it's not in the same way as desert soil, which is just soil that has, I don't know the exact definition, but it's way less moist. So it has nutrients and stuff in it, just dry. So think, you know, like a desert, there's shrubs and stuff, and the sand is more sand. So some creatures or some plants need the desert one, and some creatures need the sand in particular. You know, like think like a sandy beach or so. In real life, some turtles dig their little eggs into sand, so that's the difference. It's going to be pay to play as well in the end. Yeah. And date. We do have a, I don't know if you have seen that, but we do have like an internal date. It's not official yet, but it's closing in, and I'm really looking forward to to being done, and also to, you know, to have it out there so people can play. There's lots of, you know, both in Discord but also the Steam forums, people saying I can't wait until it's done, and I can't either, because I mean it's been in the works for a long time, so it would be nice in that way. But also I'm really looking forward to what will, you know, what post game could look like when the game's out, and I can add bonus stuff and things like that. That would be really cool, because then I would get, you know, feedback from people what they like and don't like about the full thing, and then I can polish that even more. And also, if anyone makes mods, that would be so cool. I don't know, there's so many reasons why I look forward to it. Even if it's just like 5 mods, I would be so happy to see the weird fishes and odd items happening. And maybe quest lines, that would be really neat. Anyhow, window, that was it. I want to try a window. I do have one here. Maybe I can just steal that quickly. I don't have a window. Sorry. Let's steal the colors at least. We remove the vines. Will there be a new project after full release? I don't think so. I mean, to be honest, to be fully honest, it depends a bit on how the release goes. What my next plans will be. But I don't think like a new project immediately. I would like to stay on Horticular for a bit, and it would be really cool to maybe do like a, because the tech is there for a lot of things, so it would be cool to make like a second campaign, so to speak. So like a new story, maybe a bit shorter, maybe a bit completely different, where I would have some creative liberty to make, you know, maybe you now control a keeper who has gone to a new world, and this world is, or maybe you're downsized into bug size, and now you make everything is bugs, and you make just a bug world. Maybe you're underwater and everything is like a fish world. Whatever. It would be really fun to just make something smaller, shorter, something like that as well. But it depends a bit on how it goes at the launch, basically. So we'll see. I have some ideas, but we will see. We will see. Like, as I said before, there are so many cool ideas, and you cannot really do them all, because it would sort of ruin the, what people like about the game now. I need to sort of be careful with and keep that and not go too overboard. And then I can use post-game stuff or post-release stuff for extra creativity or whatever. God mode mod. I need to think now. Maybe there is even... I don't know, what do you mean by God mode? Like invulnerability? Because there might even be a cheat you could activate in the full game for that. But you could also do a mod that activates the cheat for you automatically, I guess. Otherwise, I really like God games. One of my favorites is Black and White. So I would love to make something like that. Maybe you're the character the council mentioned would disappear. Oh, yeah. Oh, stop it. Now I want to do that. It's the origin. Like, what happened before? That's so good. See? I love these things way too much. And I need to finish the game instead of thinking, oh, this is so horrible. What am I doing? Instead of dreaming about new ideas. But yeah, that's a really good one. And if I don't make it, feel free to make it yourself and upload it. This is a bit off. I don't need to perfect this because this is going to be behind vines, and now it's way too big. And also I like these little crossy things. Let's keep that, add some vines, see where we are. I don't know. Not sold, but could be worse. I like it better with though. Maybe it's not so bright inside. Maybe that's one of the things, because it's a storage, so maybe it's more like a dark storage. No one is in there. Let's try that idea first. Then we need way darker colors as well. Much darker, actually. The darkest we got. The problem with that is it's using too much of the same color set. It's going to be hard to differentiate. There would be some light coming in from the outside. Then there would be something like this, I guess. We could use that one. I like it. I think it was a good idea. Because that could at least be sort of like a visual difference between a keeper's hut and storage, is that the storage doesn't have the lights on. It's more like a little basement where you're not actively staying. I don't know. Does that make sense? Of course, subject to change, but for now. I feel like these are too bright. Oops. It looks a bit too dark as well, though, because there would be some ambient light. Maybe just skip the... Let's see. I don't know. I don't know. I have a feeling I would want to polish this once after the stream at some point anyway, so maybe don't fuss too much about the details. Also, the frame is, I mean, in reality, the game looks more like this color. Not too bad. It's sort of like a little, I don't know, you know those tin jar? Is it jar? I'm not sure what they are called. Where you store cookies and stuff. That's cute. That sort of fits the theme of the game. They should be darker. Maybe. I think that's better. Looks more like the... I don't know. You don't see the hinges, but it looks like it. There are some or something. Actually, I can make them. You don't see anything of that. Anyhow. Cool. Let's... shape-ish off. Not too bad. I don't think I need to worry too much about it. I might want to remove the spiral thing. At least for a second, while I work this out. I feel like I'm so close to liking this thing. The storage number determine how much sap I can store. What I mean is the more storage you have, the more sap. No, not really. I think, I mean, that's a cool idea. No, I don't think so. You weren't here probably before, but so right now they can, my thinking is the keepers, when they collect things, they can return them to their own house or the council, what's it called? Council's cottage. Yeah, so basically it's anything with a tag. I don't think it's storage. I think the tag is deposit, maybe. I don't remember, but there's a tag for it. So something I wanted for a while is a way for you to basically say you can now collect your nectar and put it somewhere closer. So if you have like a field of flowers, you could put a little, like a storage house next to it, and then when the nectar drops, the keeper can just pick it up and deposit it in the little storage instead of running all the way back to its house. So depending on your layout and things like that, it can save some efficiency, and it can give you some visual variety, if you want to make it prettier. I don't think it will be, it won't be like a needed thing or acquired thing to beat the game or anything. I think it's more like a fun thing, but also slightly optimizing your garden, basically. Housing question mark, what do you mean? So right now all of the housing also have the tag deposit or something. I don't remember the tag name, but so you would see that the house has housing, like you said, and a tag, another tag, and that's the one I mean. So basically you could make a little hole in the ground where they put stuff as well, or whatever you want. So when a keeper picks up a little nectar or a loot bag, because that is in the full game as well. I mean, okay, now yeah, you will see. They will drop it off at any item that has that tag. That's sort of the idea of it. Yeah. I think we're sort of getting close to done. I kind of feel like it's round, except here in the front. So that's probably the bit that I like the least right now. Sort of. So it looks quite organic, except where the door is, which is maybe fine. I don't know. So I try to make it a bit more pleasing to the eye. And then it feels kind of getting there, for sure. For sure. I want to say done, but it's a forbidden word. I don't know. I never feel done. When I make anything, I never feel done. I don't know about you. I'm the worst with constantly polishing way too much. Nice. Wow, I don't like the window. It's super bright inside, so I should make sort of like a super dark variant instead. How dark? Not sure. What if the darkest is this color? And then... No, wait. That's not the darkest. Now we need to think. It would be brighter closer to the window. So this would... We will see. I don't have the energy. I want to see what a sort of black... Oh, not good. Only 2 tags are housing and construction. Oh! Maybe in the demo then, I mean, I can show you. I mean, of course, I trust that you trust my saying so, but it could be that the demo actually doesn't have that. It's quite old, and I'm really starting to struggle with, what's in and what's not. But we can check. We can check. Here we go. Keeper's Cottage. Probably see this. It's a bit big window. Tags. There's 4 tags now at least. Housing, construct, light, and deposit. What if you make mode switch for buildings? What I mean, when it's daylight, go out. When night, yeah, that would be really sweet. I think it might not. I have thought about that, but it might not make it for release. It would be really cool. It will also add some complexity to rendering. It sort of would need to check for every item, and right now the main performance bit is rendering. So So I would need to look into it and see if I need to optimize anything before. I also have one thing on coming up that I haven't done yet is particle effects for items. So right now there is, I mean, I can show you. Like you can, oops, almost spoiler. I added this feature the other day to support one of the quests. And my idea is also to be able to add it to items. Where you basically tag up, hopefully nothing too crazy, because it has a performance hit if you have too many. But what I want to do is like smoke coming out of the cottage, or little puffs of tiny puffs of smoke from like a lantern or so, sort of like a Minecraft torch kind of smoke. In my head, at least. I haven't tried it yet, so that would be cool. And also, I don't know, like fountains. I really want fountains, and it would be neat if that wasn't an animation, but like a particle effect that comes out. So that's something that I will do, likely. We'll see about the, because you could, there are so many ideas that would be nice, you know, like a keeper's house. If there's like a habitat there and no one's living in the habitat, have the lights on. Or sorry, have the lights out, but when someone moves in, the lights are on. That could be... Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Campfire would be cool. Yes, I actually have that for in my to-do list. That's been requested before, and that would be really nice. What kind of size of campfire do you think would be good? Because I'm thinking a bit smaller, so it's sort of like not keeper-sized, 2 pixels, but more like, not like a human-sized campfire, but more like maybe like the width between these doors. So you could easily put one, maybe a bit bigger, something like this. So you could put one in the world easily, but it's sort of small still, so it's made more for the keepers and not you. Not sure, but something like that would be cool. Also, another thing on my to-do list is sand castles. So now you know. I really want to have a little sand castle, because it would be so easy to make. And you can only put them on sand. That would be like a... Maybe that's the next stream. Make the sand castle. First I need to make sure that this is good though. Let's remove the vines. I mean, this is not even good looking. I should actually optimize the visuals. Because you don't see it behind the vines, so I'm fine when it doesn't look too good. But it doesn't have to be too bad either. Let's pretend. No. Darkness would be probably there. Less dark, probably. There we have a problem. That's the same color. What if? Then just keep... These are way too... Don't freak out. I know it looks horrible. Honestly, it should be the same color as the rest here. Oh, and here we go a bit brighter. So let's keep that pattern. A bit darker on the side, and then we could have some highlights. And no one's going to see this because it's going to be covered in vines anyway. But that's not too bad either. Half of a tile, yeah. Let's see, what would a half of a tile be? Width-wise, like this. I know that this is silly, but now I'm not making one. want to see what half of a tile looks like. Let's see. That's half of a tile. Oop. Yeah, maybe. I think I would go a bit smaller. Maybe. I mean, it would be round, so it would be something like this. It would consume a bit of a tile. And then some nice fire animation. I don't look forward to animating fire. I'm not making this now, but that would be the size. And then some smoke. That would be really nice. And of course the light effect. Yeah, I'm sort of happy with the darkness, like the dark, shady look. And then, where's the vines? Am I? Okay. There's the vines. Looks a bit cold, I guess. Makes sense since I removed the light. I love how you say, "Oh, it's horrible." That looks much worse. Am I a joke to you? No, you're not a joke at all. I'm a joke to myself. I think I'm very critical of my stuff, and I always want it to be way better. I guess if that makes sense. Okay. Let's keep this one a bit brighter, actually. Detail. Yeah. I would say it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Let's go with that. I love how I made a 1.5 long stream to a 2.5 long stream because of comments. Yeah. Time is it? 7:30. I only started 90 minutes ago. Right? Yes, I started 6. 6, sorry. Started 6 my time. Dan said 5 UK time, which is one hour off from me. The UTC should be now. Do I know this one? It's winter time, so it should be 6:30 UTC. Okay, little box, little. I really want I want this to be sort of done today, as usual, or not as usual, but like last time, this is actually part of my to-do list. It's not like a fun thing to do. This is something that I need to do anyway. So for me, this is still normal work, and I'm happy to put some extra time in. I mean, I see no reason to end the stream just because the time is late. I mean, maybe when I'm cooking, which will be sort of soon. For now, I want to finish this before I end it. You do as you please. I live in Hungary, so if you live in Sweden, there's no difference. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Like geographically, I think you should be way more to the east, I guess. But that's the weird thing with time zones. And also, when you see a map, it's 2D. And then when you look at a globe, it's also so different anyway. So I have a really hard time judging where time zones should be. I know Spain, Stockholm, Germany is the same. I know UK is 1 hour back. Probably France should... No, see, that's the weird thing, right? Because Madrid is the same as my time zone. But when you look at the map, it's way too... See? I don't even... I'm not going to try. Not gonna try. What was it? Right. The little box and the really good idea of having a light. I don't think you call it light. I don't remember what you call it. I need to scroll up now. Like a lantern, right? But number one, we do a box. I think I need to use a different color space though, because to be honest, or not to be honest, but I think it will look, all of the colors would melt together otherwise. But I can move this later. So we have the box bottom, and we do it maybe this high. Just keep this like that. I must have done something wrong because it looks like the perspective is completely off. But I will fix that in a second. Eh? I have made boxes before, I promise. I will try this trick. I think it's just when it's so small, the height of the pixel becomes an issue. Because from this angle it would be a bit flatter, but the pixel is just too high. I don't know how to even talk about it, but the pixel is too high. So either I make the box bigger. I can sort of try to fake the perspective, I guess. But it's way too small. Well, then we have China, and they have one time zone. Oh, yeah. Even though they're the same size. Oh, they do? Holy moly. Feels like it's floating. Yeah, I agree. It's both the perspective is off, and it would be better with shadow and stuff. That usually helps, but it's definitely floating. But yeah, it's really crazy with China having one time zone. And also in Australia, because my previous job, I really need to work. It was collecting data and stuff from a lot of parts of the world, and time series data, and then we really need to think of time zones. And there I learned that Australia have some that are sort of like 2.5 hours offset. That just adds a whole layer of kill me now. Because time zones are not fun when you're coding. I would put it like that. Really hard to manage and get right. Well, really, it's not like it's crazy, but it's more. I should say it's easy to get it wrong or do mistakes, or like crashing applications because time zones are changing due to summer winter time. Okay, and things you just need to really, I don't know, pay attention. I actually would say it's less floaty now. Still a bit strange. I could make it bigger. That could help. Yeah, because its perspective is completely different from the house. I hope that means that the house isn't wrong and this box is correct. I will make the box probably one step bigger then. Let's see, where are we? We are there. That means I could also try, let's see. I don't want to pull it apart completely. We could try this. Wait. Aha. Sorry. Maybe this is the thing I need. Great. I don't know. I don't even know what to call it. Never mind. I would put it in game and see what it looks like. It's the perspective of the top. Yeah. And also with boxes you can do this usually. And then maybe something like that. The pixels are too small. It's a bit better. I'm not sure about this one. Yes, I was kind of wrong and right at the same time about China. I haven't one time zone, blah, 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 blah. China has 5 time zones, but you have only... Sorry, there's a little thing in the way. They have only used 1 time zone in the whole... So they have 5, but they use sort of 1 official. Is that what you mean? Sort of like a standard one. I'm not sure how that would work. I mean, to be fair, I only know living in a country with 1 time zone. I guess the US has at least 3. I don't know how many the US have what they have. Because I know they have Eastern and Western. I feel like that would be so confusing when you try to speak to someone, but I guess it's the same as, you know, me speaking to you. Oh, okay, now we're in the same time zone, but okay, I've done this box for way too long and I still don't like it. But maybe that's a sign. It's not happening. What about 2 boxes? What about having a box in the back? Oh no, that's not even doable. Just fiddling about, seeing if anything is going to work. So even though the sun is rising for one person and for another is already in the middle of the sky, it's still... Ah, okay. So there is one. Yeah. I guess to be fair, I mean, in a way, it's like that in the same time zone here as well, right? I don't know what your is a latitude, longitude, like the height above the. I forgot the name now, but the middle line of the planet. I guess for me, the higher up you are, I mean, it changes stuff at least. So for me, it's usually dark, and then someone can be in Germany, and they still have some light left. And when someone is living in Spain, they have even more light left during the day. So I guess it's sort of like that. Not sure about the boxes, but I really should move on and polish them another day, I think. Could also be like a bench. That could be nice. That could be really cute. Less storagey feeling, but yeah, there you see how bad it looks. I mean, it's floating because it's just floating. It's technically too big. It doesn't fit the tile even. No wonder it looks so strange. Oh, Equator, that's the name. Thank you. Okay, we're in business. I'm going to try this. Smaller box. Oh, I did a mistake. Well, I can fix that. That one even fits there if I want to. Fun fact, French has the most time zones with a what? Ah, okay, of course, because France has a lot of old colony thingies around the world, right? 12 time zones, that's... that should be half of them, right? I don't know how many there are, actually. If you had one per hour of the day, there would be 24, I guess. What do you think about the boxes, by the way? I kind of started to like them now. For me, it's starting to give like a little not transporty, but like I don't know, storagey vibe. Some shadow on the house. Maybe it was a bit too much. Actually starting to like this. Woohoo! Yes. Maybe? Oops. Okay. Nice one. More nice. One more item that could look good is a little bench for the gnomes. Yeah, I agree. Maybe you could fit a bench in between the boxes. Or do you mean like sorry. Maybe you meant like placeable bench, not in this particular. Because that would be nice too. Fun fact too. France doesn't have the longest border with any European country, but rather with Brazil. What? How does that one work? Is it sort of like a maritime border? Like... My brain is fried, and that doesn't help. Honestly, I'm done with this one now. I just had a feeling of nice. I think some variations to it could be nice. Maybe one where the door is to the right, and maybe one with different box set, and a lantern would be nice. French Guiana, yeah. That makes sense. That's so weird. I'm gonna try it in game, and then maybe wrap up. Ooh, need to remember to be able to place stuff on it. Height, we can make it smaller if we want to. Not that small. Let's see. This is a good one. Let's keep that storage. Content data, base, texture, PNG, storage. Let's close these before I accidentally save. I do have version control, so don't worry. But okay, editor, next. Item, next. New. I called new? No, it's not. Let's call it new for now. I don't have much time. Don't see anything I need to enable here, really. Nah. Allowed ground should be fine. Forbidden should be water. Income, no income. I think this is flat. Shadow size, probably medium. Stack base is... You can put small items on it. And you cannot stack it. Right? Nah, you cannot stack it. You need it on the ground. Would be strange otherwise. Usage. Always light. Doesn't have a light actually. Tags. Let's see. We want 2, I think. We want construct. And we want... deposit. There we are. Finally a cost. This is just me. Let's just say 500 for now. I think it's going to be a bit more, not too much more, but it's basically like a decorative item, so I'm fine. It doesn't have to be super balanced. It also doesn't give you any income, so I would be happy when you can get it quite early, but not immediately. Fun fact 3. NATO codes say that if a country gets attacked by another, they will fill up from the other, but only if they're above the topic of... Sorry, I have a thing in the way of the text. Of cancer, so if Brazil attacks 1v1. What? Above the tropic of cancer. I think I don't follow. Huh. Is that some kind of old establishing thing from when NATO was established kind of thing? Let's see, I'm just measuring the height now. 22. Max amount. That's a new one, by the way. That's a new one where you can say this item can only be exist in 3 copies of the whole game. But this one I'm fine plonking down unlimited off. It's not going to be used a lot, but with some special quest items, I have used that one. But I think that's it for now. Let's just try it out. I just want to see it in game. Oh, and let's give it a good ID. I think I want something. I'm not sure what is good right now. Let's keep that in the back of our heads, and I'm just going to run the game, and we'll see. No, I need to add that texture. Silly me. Name was what? Storage. I am getting fried. I need food. Food. Oh. Not sure what to eat today though. I might get a pizza. We'll see. Then I guess we can just take this one. Yeah, so that one needs some on the territory. Ah, tropic. Didn't know that. I don't know why I'm doing this. I should... Does this work? Drop this command. Hey! It's called new. And it looks horrible because... once... that? What? Oh, okay. Can you say? Yeah. All right. What do you think? I'm actually quite happy with this. I know that's how the streams usually end. I start off with, I have no idea if this is going to be good, and then suddenly I like it. But what I like here is the new color blue. It really adds something, I think. So, I mean, we can keep one there, and then we can put down a cottage there. We only have one variation for now, but yeah. Yeah, like 2 Benedict. Yeah. And from now, I don't know if I can show it quickly. Well, I could. Actually, I could. Let's get a keeper in here. Let's do this super quick showcase of hopefully it working. So we will have the little keeper hut there, the cottage there, and then we spawn. Now we have a nectar here to collect. Will he go back to his house with the nectar? Or will he put it in the deposit? Or in the storage? And... please? Yay! Okay. It worked. Oh, that's neat. That's really neat. It's maybe a bit big. Like, it's taller than the housing, but maybe some polish needed. I see some odd angles, maybe, but I think that's what we're going with. Maybe a variation or two as well. Cool. Whew. Concept proven, at least. Alright, is there anything else I should be mentioning before I head out for food? I don't think so. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Thanks for chatting. Yeah, I'll be back in 2 weeks. Let's see what I do then. Hopefully, well, probably something else from my huge task list. I think it's too short. The gnomes has to get knocked off. Yeah. I imagine them sort of ducking in. Or maybe we can make a mod where the gnomes are even smaller. Oh, holy moly, we have a rat. Yeah, that could be the Easter egg. A hat. You can find hats lying on the ground, knocked off from the gnomes' heads. That was a tangent. See you around. See you next time. Have a really good week or two. And yeah, see you later. Let's see if I find a button.